If you're over 40 and you've seen the latest internet hype around ghee in the morning, you might be wondering, is it really a game changer or is it just a wellness hack for the 20 and 30-year-olds? Let's talk about that. Well, ghee is essentially butter. It is just pure butter fat with the milk solids and the water removed. Excellent for those of us who are lactose intolerant. Ghee. Great for cooking, great to drizzle on your food. Are there benefits of ghee beyond cooking? I was around 42, so 12 years ago, when my Ayurvedic practitioner introduced ghee to me in a medicinal way. That was way before it became a social media phenomenon. So when I hear the younger generation talking about ghee and how it's this buried treasure for all of these really wonderful, magical things, I'm loving it. I'm here for it. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not new to ghee. I'm true to ghee, okay? I've always had a funky gut. Once I merged more into my 40s, my gut became not only funky, but scary. The level of pain, bloating, distension, cravings had me thinking the worst when it came to my belly and what I possibly was going through. There is something about going about the day and by lunchtime, you look like you are 3 months pregnant. That is absolutely unnerving and uncomfortable. So when ghee was introduced to me, I'm going to tell you, I was shocked at the happenings that happened. When my practitioner advised ghee, she said, in her words, it was to help calm the inflammation in my digestion, that my insides were dry. That threw me. I drink water. I eat food. We have our own internal bodily fluids happening, lymphatic stuff, cellular stuff. So how is it possible that my insides were dry? She broke down all the science to me, and it made total perfect sense. My body was going through a process of extracting the things that it needed from places that it didn't necessarily need to be taking it, hence creating a dry internal surface, making ghee the ideal remedy for what was going on. Started taking the ghee, and I'll tell you kind of what to expect if you decide to go this route yourself. Started taking the ghee, saw some benefits, but then something else happened that really shocked me. I wasn't expecting it. She never mentioned it as a side effect or a byproduct, and I ain't mad at it. I'm absolutely delighted with it. I started the ghee regimen, the protocol that she had me on, and some of the stubborn weight that I had, because mind you, I've lost over 70 pounds. Some of that weight just started to slide off almost effortlessly, without loose skin, without feeling like I was deprived. I felt more satiated. That midday cravings that we get, we've eaten breakfast, we've eaten lunch, and then there's that bewitching hour where we're just hangry and we need to eat something before dinner. All of that just like, it took a breath. It was refreshing. I loved it. That was like one of the surprising things about ghee that I absolutely love, in addition to some of the other things that we're going to talk about right now. Now, before you go eating ghee like a bowl of Fruit Loops, know that there's a right way to do ghee. When I watch videos of other people doing ghee in the morning, I'm like, you guys are doing that too hard. There's an easier way to do it, right? So I see a lot of people white knuckling it, just jamming a spoon in, taking it off the spoon, gag reflex, eating it, taking the ghee that way. You can absolutely do it that way. But why torture ourselves, right? The way my practitioner advised me, sort of guided me on this whole ghee journey was, first and foremost, ghee is most effective when it is in liquid form. Ghee will be mostly liquid in the summer, warmer months, and harder, more solid during the colder winter months. Ideally, we want to take ghee in its most liquid form. It's easier for digestion. Our body gets to bypass that step and go straight to using it for the purposes that it's intended for. Regardless of whether it's summertime, wintertime, we also want it warmed. Warm ghee functions better. It converts easier internally. A couple of ways to do this. First and foremost, we want to start the morning off by having 1 to 2 cups of warm water. Empty stomach. We just want to do that. After that, you could warm the spoon, scoop it in the ghee, let it melt, consume. Or you could make a cup of ginger tea, fennel tea, put the ghee inside, let it dissolve, drink it that way. Another option would be to warm up a cup of plant-based milk, oats, rice, soy, flax, whatever kind of plant-based milk you would like to have. Warm that up, put the ghee in there, stir it around, drink it. Look to consume 1/2 teaspoon up to 1 teaspoon of ghee. Wait at least 30 minutes after you've consumed the ghee before it is that you eat. We want to give our bodies the opportunity with the digestive resources that we have available to digest that ghee. And if we compile food on top of that, that sort of takes our digestive resources and it says, I need to disperse it this way because she just ate a bagel. So I need to shoot some digestive reserves that way to break that down. There are some precautions. Everything comes with precautions, right? There are some precautions that I need you to be aware of before it is that you go down this journey. You've probably seen or searched on the internet and you've seen where people are taking 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of ghee. And you're saying, wait a minute, Tressey, you said 1/2 teaspoon to a teaspoon. What gives? Ghee, just like any other oil, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, sesame seed oil, all the oils, all of those, their serving size is 1 tablespoon. That 1 tablespoon equates to 120 grams of calories. That can be a lot of calories based on all the other things that you're eating throughout the day. So we don't want to take something that negates some of our other goals. More is not better. Go slow and don't do more. Also, if we are primarily sedentary, and by sedentary, I mean, I recognize that we are busy. We are doing a lot of things. Most of those things are done in a seated position. So if your job, your lifestyle, the majority of the things that you're doing requires you to sit, consider yourself sedentary. And you would want to consider doing the lower end, the 1/2 teaspoon of ghee versus the teaspoon of ghee. If you're a little bit more active, you've worked out that day, you're going to take some walks throughout the day, your calorie intake is kind of on point, you could maybe opt for 1 teaspoon of ghee and be okay. But if we are taking in too much ghee and it's not aligned with our lifestyle goals, then you're going to start taking this ghee in the morning, but then going, wait a minute, I'm not liking how my clothes are fitting. The scale is looking at me and going, giving me the side eye. And then you coming on here all upset, calling me, mad at me. And we don't want that, right? Let's stay happy. Let's stay friends, okay? Let's do that. Start slow and be real with yourself. I'm busy, but I'm sedentary. Nothing wrong with that. Take ghee accordingly. Another precaution is if you have gallbladder issues or you've had your gallbladder removed and you start to do ghee in the morning, it would be advisable to take a digestive enzyme with it or have your ghee added to a cup of ginger tea. If you have heart issues or cholesterol issues, talk to your doctor before you start consuming anything high in saturated fats. If you have a true dairy allergy, not just a little intolerance where you maybe get a little gassy, a little bloaty, a little farty, right? But a true allergy where other things happen, there's rashes, there's hives or closed throat or anything else that is considered a true allergy for you, stay away from ghee. No need to have it. This is not a practice for you. Share it with someone who is. Just take in the information. It may help somebody else along the way. I thank you for coming and talking to me though, okay? Now that you've heard the right way to take ghee, the precautions when taking ghee, let me tell you what to expect if you decide to give ghee a try. What you can expect is, by the end of week 1, you should notice your belly feeling calmer and less puffy. If you feel a lot of constriction in your belly and perhaps you've chalked it up to anxiety or caffeine intake or lack of sleep or something of that nature, you may just notice your body feeling just calmer, able to not be so tight and constricted and a little less puffy. I didn't say 6-pack abs, just a little less puffy. Come the end of week 2, you should notice yourself feeling more satiated throughout the day. Breakfast feeling satisfied. Lunch holding you and not in that by the chokehold, I gotta white knuckle it until dinner kind of way, but actually feeling good. That was a good meal. I feel good about that meal. No after meal cravings. That shouldn't come up as often. Not saying it's going to eliminate it, but it shouldn't come up as often. And if you do feel that 3-4 o'clock, I need to eat something, there's something about the mineral nutritional benefits that come in ghee that I notice myself wanting healthier stuff, less crunchy, hard, calorie dense, empty calorie. That's what I noticed by the week 2 of using ghee. I wonder if it's going to be the same for you as well. Come week 3 or 4, steady your energy. And you gotta love steady your energy when you're sitting around here and there's perimenopause and menopause on your left and your right shoulder. we can use all the energy we can get, because sleep sometimes is, not happening. But to be able to have steadier energy without giving ourselves hits of artificial energy. Yeah. And then extra super bonus came out of left field. The regular intake of ghee in the morning on an empty stomach, the glow to your skin will have you looking like every single day you've gone and had a facial. You got an esthetician on call who shows up and gets you face ready, no makeup. So when you do put on your makeup, it's even better. The glow that you get inside is coming out on the outside. That's how you know ghee is doing what it needs to do. When I'm doing my ghee regularly, people touch my skin. Oh my gosh, Tressey, girl, your skin is so dewy. It feels good. That's ghee. So I guess if you've ever wondered if ghee in the morning is right for you over 40, the answer is yeah, it is, especially when done right. And if you decide to give it a try, type ghee in the comments so I know you're part of the inner circle. And to support your morning practice, check out this video I made on things to stop doing before bed right here. Eat well, stay active, and remember, small habits can turn into secret superpowers.